What are you laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today.
Oh hi, I didn't see you there. Now you may be asking, is this the maximum amount of patterns you can put on a human being? And the answer is yes. Drawing is hard. It takes years for anyone to get as good as I am. If you look back on my channel, you can really see how much better my art has gotten. There's nothing cooler to me than seeing people getting into drawing and stuff. There's a whole channel on my Discord where it's people just posting their original creations and stuff. I love seeing it. I really do. For anyone who, is getting into art, I'm gonna give you something maybe to draw. You have read the title of the video because you can read, I assume, if you got here. Today, I will teach you how to draw Sydney. I know you are wondering, how am I holding this with no hands? I've never seen this way of holding a phone before. Why do you record with a phone, Jack? What's wrong with you? I have gotten this random ass thing that can allow me to, record easier in my room, which is where I draw. So if I just angle it like this and move it slightly like that, it works. So without further ado, let's learn how to draw Sydney. Alright, nothing like post audio sounding better. Alright, so what you're gonna do is draw a general shape of the head. You're gonna want to be using a pencil, obviously, because, it's not permanent. And, as you're gonna see throughout this entire video is, I make a lot of, little mistakes. Like, look at the top of that head. I mean, it's pointy. So I erase as I go along, I make it smoother. I add those little lines to help, help the face and eyes and stuff. Do whatever makes you comfortable. Yeah. With Sydney, I think she has a very sharp chin along with a thinner face, so I'm obviously going to have to erase a lot of that there. Once you feel that your head is, up to snuff, then you can move on to drawing the neck, which you want to have a natural kind of flow to it, like out of the back of the head. Then you can move on to the eyes. I don't really go in any order. You could do the eyes first for all I care, it'd be weird. But I like to have a lot of flair with the eyelashes. Have a nice little V shape to them. Also, recently I've been getting into drawing eyes that way, as opposed to the hyper stylized anime eyes. Sometimes I think simple is best, and not so simple is Sydney's hair, where you kind of want to have it as an arcing over the top of her head kind of thing. It's not easy to do, and it takes you time. There's several ways to draw it. Then her sideburns are usually going to curl back between her ears and her side of her face. Just draw them that way, I guess. And then, shade the sides of her head since they've been shaved. Usually going to be darker. Then her nose, I like to draw her nose that way. Obviously erase as you go along, make stuff sharper, make stuff thinner, yada yada. Yeah. And then, the mouth. Mouths are very expressive, so you want to really get into drawing those if you want practice. I like to go for, stuff like that, showing teeth, a smile, sharper teeth, yada yada. Add more detail to the hair. Add some ear detail. Look at your own ears, I'd say, if you want, some good detail. And then, I always forget the eyebrows. Some neck detail. Yeah. So, with her suit, you're going to want to draw it in this kind of way, because that's how colored shirts are. And then the tie, you want to kind of have it more bulbousy and stuff like that, as it kind of frills out. And some more detail like that. Yeah. I also like to add things to Sydney's design that aren't on her actual in-game model, like the Polnareff earrings and the nose piercing. I think adding red and some gold to her color palette really improves her. Next part is going to go into timestamp mode, because this takes a while. So, actually what I usually do is that I get my iPad and I have some kind of reference for drawing on there. And if you're going to get into this, I'd recommend like finding someone on Instagram who does like cosplay art or posing stuff, and, you know, something like that. They're very good for art references. And yeah. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so this is gonna take a bit of a while, but basically the best things I can say with this is that using a reference really helps. Find, you know, pictures of women, blah blah blah, draw that. And just generally drawing as much as you possibly can every single day will just get your anatomy looking better. You know, I'm not perfect, you know, I don't claim to be. So you'll see me fucking up arms here a bunch, you know. Sometimes fingers look off and I erase them, but that's the whole point of drawing with pencil, is that it's not permanent. You can constantly go back and erase something that doesn't look quite right up to your standards. And yeah. Now that we have this very, very, very large Sydney, probably the largest Sydney I've ever drawn, it's time to pen it, which is the most boring part, and it's literally just tracing over your own work with a pen and then erasing everything that's underneath. Yeah. If you don't know, penning, inking, whatever you want to call it, art, is kind of boring. It's just you doodling over your own drawing, making the lines, you know, ink instead of pencil. Yeah, it's boring. So, now, before I delve into that, you guys want to see this get erased in timestamp? Now all sparkly clean, except for this mountainous pile of eraser shavings. So one thing I will say for anyone who even wants to attempt drawing Sydney's tattoos is that, I mean, go for it, but it's a lot of effort, and there's a reason why I and many other people just don't draw it every single time. And it's just wow, it's a lot of effort. So, if you want to color exactly like me, here are the 5 pens I'll be using, along with this to color in the eyelashes and also any dark places. So yeah, let's go. I should have said that these are only for Sydney's face, but past me as an asshole. Anyway, so you're gonna definitely want to use the skin tone color first, so that way nothing bleeds over when you use the other colors, because practice makes perfect, and you're gonna occasionally mess up and squib other colors into other colors with these pens. But yeah, just go at your own pace and color however you like. Now that the head part of the tutorial is done and I finished the tattoos, well, let's just finish this whole drawing. Now I did a pretty messy method here of using a paintbrush and some ink, but it worked out for me in the end. It just got really messy, and also I ran out of space, so this is about to be cut short really quick. And after all that time, here we are. My somewhat added redesign of Sydney with more red, obviously. I got a bit messy with the ink, obviously, but I don't know. I kind of love this. I love this. I love how this turned out. Yeah. Now I'm sure you're wondering why I picked specifically at this time to do this video. Well, let's just say it's that time of year again, and I have something very special to announce Monday. Longtime viewers or people who can understand context clues will probably be able to figure it out. A special thank you to Corval Cyrus, Alex Hanawa, Baltazar, Jack Clancy, Mr. Nobody, Michael Jimenez, Black Mage 102, Headhunter 9347, Strawbert, Zeno the Spartan, and Robert B. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Hope to see you all Monday. Peace. Where the hell am I gonna put this thing? It's fucking huge.